I've been trying for a baby for a few years. When I actually got pregnant with Shoaib, I had this dream. And what I dreamt was that I had this baby and the baby was taken away from me. Because of this dream, when I had Shoaib, I became very uneasy, very nervous that something was going to happen. I don't know what made me, but I took him to the family doctor and he says, no, everything's fine. There's nothing to worry about. He's fine. I took him to LGI. So they said, look, we'll keep him in overnight observation. About 3 o'clock in the morning, I got a phone call from the hospital. It said, Mrs. Ahmed, your baby has collapsed. He's very, very poorly. We don't think he's going to pull through. He was on life support. And the nurses wouldn't let me go to him. They were holding me back. And that was my dream that I had before I had the baby. The doctors, they said, I'm very sorry. There is nothing we can do. He was on life support. And each day he started getting from bad to worse. He started having fits. And from there on, Shoaib just sort of stabilized. And then I think it must have been about 6, 7 weeks after that, he's starting to breathe on his own. Dr. still kept saying to me, don't build your hopes. We don't know what the damage is going to be. They said, oh, he may have learning disabilities, he may not walk. I could not picture that. I could not imagine it, how that would be. What was learning disability? What do they mean? What's it not going to do? But I became very isolated and I felt it was like the end of the world. I felt like I was being punished for something and it was my fault, but I didn't know what I'd done. I just felt lost. I couldn't talk about it to anybody. I didn't really know where to go for support. I remember going to like a group thing, and I remember at lunchtime we sat there, and this lady who was a social worker, she was sat on my table, and we were talking to her. We got talking about my experience and my with Shoaib and everything, and how upset I was, how down I was. And I said, I wish there was something that I could do. There's just nothing out there. So she said, well, why don't you? And I says, what do you mean? I said, what, how can I? She says, you can do it. She says, if you want to start something, I've got contacts. I can let you, go with me and you can ask people how they feel. And so I said, can I? And that was my opening. And I spoke to a lot of people and found out that there were other people in similar situation. And then we set up this group called Gira Living Path, and it was first carers group for Asian women. We used to meet every week, and I found that there were other people who were similar situation as me. And suddenly, I just wanted to change everything. Every group that was going out, I'd jump into there. I'd say, right, I'm working with women, I'm working with children, I'm working with hospital, and I just became very busy volunteering and working with other women and stuff. And suddenly I'd actually woken up to this world. There's more going on in this world than what I knew. And not all of it was great, but I wanted to help people so that they wouldn't go through the same hardship that I did, to make things easier and to raise awareness so that people don't feel like I did. Even now, I feel I have to do my bit. I know I can't change the world, but if I can just make a little bit of difference to somebody's life and make things a little bit easier for them, that's satisfaction. Over the years, Shoaib has blossomed. He's going to be 40 at the end of December. So caring, so loving. He's such a lovely child.